So you clicked on the link because you're interested in the Maltby TS3s. Well, here is a 240 round review and stress test.
Be the right club today. Yes!
What's going on, guys? G2 here with 3-putt bogey. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't joined us, take a look around, see if there's anything you like. We do a lot of Maltby reviews as well as other reviews as well, club making, all that fun stuff. There's definitely something here for you. Pretty much guarantee it. So we're going to go and head into the shop here in a second, but this is why you're here. The Maltby TS3. This is probably one of my favorite iron sets that I have ever had in my 30 plus years of golfing. And we've been using these. We're going into our 4th season right now. So we have in 3 seasons, 240 rounds, give or take a few here or there. There's some that weren't on my handicap, probably just fun rounds, but still used them. And you want to see what they look like after 240 rounds. We did one at 170 and they looked great. So let's see how they panned out 70 plus rounds after that. And maybe you'll just pick yourself up, finally, a set of these. To the bench. All right, so 2025. We put in 73 rounds in 2025. It's looking back at it, it's a lot of golf. But we did a 170 round test on these after 2 years. So we have another 70 rounds. So what do they look like after 240 rounds with the Maltby TS3s? And I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed with how they look. Just fair warning, I'm down to 4 now. So I have a 6, 7, 8, and a 9. This year I made a change in my pitching wedge and I got rid of the Maltby pitching wedge and I went to a Titleist 44 degree Vokey wedge works. As opposed to using the standard pitching wedge. Obviously from 44 down to 60 now, they're all Vokeys. For me, that's personal preference. I just feel that I get a little bit more performance out of my pitching wedge using something that's a little bit more player style. And then 5 irons. I used to carry a 5 iron. I don't anymore. I have come to the realization that hybrids are just way easier to hit. For me, a 5 iron goes anywhere from 180 to 195. That's my 5 iron distance. If I hit it good, if I don't hit it good. If I hit it high, if I hit it low. That's the problem with 5 irons. So I went to a 5 hybrid. This matches my 3 and 4 hybrid. It's a Tour Edge Exotics 5 hybrid, 25 degree. And this thing is awesome. It goes 188 yards. That's my distance with this. And the best part about hitting a hybrid as opposed to a traditional 5 iron is the angle of descent. This hybrid comes down at close to 42 degrees, which means that it is going to stop and land almost like an 8 iron or a 9 iron for that. Whereas my 5 iron, my angle of descent was coming in at like 31 to 28 degrees, so it hits and it bounces. So if you want that soft like a butterfly landing, get rid of your 5 iron and go to a 5 hybrid. Just makes your life so much easier. You know, you'll get to that point where you can put your ego in check and just play better golf. So let's look at the club. So we have here is our 6 iron. Now we did do some stuff this off season we put new ferrules, we changed the color of the stamp here, and that video, if it hasn't come out yet, will be coming out soon. It goes over everything: reshaft, referrule, repaint, turning ferrules, the whole bit. So here's the 6 iron, and you guys can see, like, this is 240 rounds into this club. Little bit of chatter on the top from hitting roots, rocks, banging around in the bags. I obviously don't use any kind of club iron head covers. I use them when I travel. Like if I'm putting them in my travel bag, I'll do it. But outside of that, no. And the face looks great. Here's the 7 iron. There's been no polishing or anything done to these, guys. This is the way that they are just naturally. 270 rounds in. Look at the top, toe, face. Little bit here on the toe. Listen, if you guys watch me, you know, I use the whole face, boys. I didn't pay for a club to only use a thumbprint. I use the whole thing. Get full money's worth out of it. The 8-iron. Little chatter. Again, nothing crazy. The finish is perfect. There's no chipping. There's no flaking. Nothing. And the face. Little war, but looks good. Now, one of the things I will tell you that I do not do is hit range balls. I only hit range balls when I warm up. I don't go and practice full swings at a range ever. And that is part of the reason why these clubs look as good as they do. Range balls, they're beat, they're dirty. You will get stuff in your... It messes up your clubs, specifically your wood. So I would say if you were going to a range and you want to hit your metal woods, driver, hybrid, 3-wood, be very selective in the balls that you pick out. Don't just grab anything and hit them. Because if you do, and this is my 3 hybrid, you're going to end up with stuff like this. You see this? It looks like scrape lines. This is what happens with dirty range balls. Yeah, it was close to an idiot mark there. But that's what happens when you hit dirty range balls, is you get these scrapes on your face. Or if you're going to do it, make sure that the ball is in newer condition. That's why you sort them. Take the crappy ones for the wedges, the okay ones for the irons, and the really, really good ones for your drivers and your metal woods. Now here is the 9-iron. A little more work. The 9-iron gets a little more use than probably anything else. I would say this is, besides my pitching wedge, my #1 used iron. Get a couple little dings, but the matte finishes on all of these are still perfect. Right? They're not wearing, and it's not that I'm not hitting the club face. I mean, this is 270 rounds in here. And you can see like they all have still that matte finish here. Are the grooves as sharp as they used to be? I mean, they're better. I haven't sharpened these since I got them or anything like that. They're in good shape. These grooves are not bad at all. Could I always have them, take it to my guy and have him tape it off and re-sandblast this just to give it a little bit more grip? Sure, maybe I will do that. But all in all, it doesn't need it. They're in fantastic shape. If you are seriously considering new clubs, I would highly suggest you look at these. I recently went, it's the off season, so I recently went to, we had a Titleist fitting nearby. I went and I did that. And we also had a Mizuno fitting, and I went and I did that. It's not that I don't love the Maltbys, because I do. I wanted to see what are my options. Like, what is it looking like? Am I missing anything in performance? And I'm not. So the Titleist T100, the Titleist T150, and the new Mizuno Pro M15, they all performed a little bit better, and a little bit better in distance. So I was getting anywhere from, 3 to 5 to maybe 6 yards more per club, but they're also bent a little bit stronger. Not much. They're very, very close, but a little bit stronger. The shafts were the same. It's the same True Temper Elevate 90 gram stiff flex that I put in all of my irons. But the problem with this is mine are tip weighted, right? So I've got a little slower swing speed with these, which I like. I like a more deliberate tempo in my swing speed. So I was getting a little bit more with those other clubs because they don't have that extra tip weight. The turn of that was I was not as consistent in dispersion with any of those clubs. compared to what I can get with the Maltbys. Maybe that's just experience. Maybe it's just getting used to what's going on. Either way, I said, great, thank you very much. At the end of the day, I stuck with my Maltbys over the T100s, the T150s, and the M15s. I just feel better with these clubs. Now, if you're interested in getting these, I would highly suggest before you sell your old set, take it somewhere, or if you can do it yourself, and mark all the specs. You need to know what is the length, the playing length of your club. Write that down for each club. What is the lie angle? What is the loft angle of the club? What is the weight? People like to dismiss swing weight, and while I think there is some kind of hokiness to it, consistency is really important. So if you found a set and you've been playing this set and you really like your set, but maybe it's just time for an upgrade, what kind of shafts are you using? What is the weight of the shaft? What is the flex of the shaft? There's a reason why I have bought 4 sets of these Elevate shafts before they were discontinued. It's so if I ever obviously break one, I can replace it. But if I want to make another set, I have 3 full sets plus this that I can make to keep everything the same. And what that does is it just helps you ease that transition from your old set to your new set. One of the biggest concerns that I hear with people when they get new irons is it just feels different. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm not getting as good contact. It could be the swing weight is off, the weight of the shaft is different, the weight of the grip. The weight of the grip impacts your overall swing weight. So this is a 52-gram grip. So when I put this on my other club, I want to make sure that I have the same weight grip. If I move this up to, a cord, it may take it up to 60 grams, which is now going to make this club feel lighter than it already is because we've moved the weight more this way, so the swing weight is going to go down. Or in turn, if we have a mid-size and we go to a standard size, now we've just made this club feel heavier because there's less weight up here and more weight down here. So consistency is what's going to get you through that learning phase with your new clubs, and you're going to find that you are going to adjust to them much, much quicker. They're going to perform exactly as you expect, and you're not going to feel like you're holding something new. So that's why always know your specs and try to make your new set as close as you can to your current set. And that's assuming you like your current set. Right? If you don't like it, then go get fitted and do the whole thing over. But if you do like the way your current set performs, I would highly suggest you use that method of keeping length, loft, lie, swing weight, keeping the shaft the same, and you should have a really, really easy transition into your new set. So until next time, make sure that you swing as hard as you can just in case you hit the ball. And if you have any questions on the Maltby TS3s, drop me a line. G2 app.